Adobe Express beta, and it has so many new, exciting, cool, creative tools. And it's a beta, which means it's still in development, and there'll be more exciting, creative tools coming soon. But let's just jump right in. I'm going to start on recommended, and I'm going to go for the very first thing. I'm going to create some Instagram posts, and I'm going to browse the templates because starting with a template really helps to focus your creativity. And I'm going to pick my template based on layout. So I don't really care about the colors or even the content because I can change all that later, but I want to start with some sort of layout. And as you can see, there are so many templates, but the one I want is this one right here. And oh, the little teacup, that just inspires me. I want to make Instagram posts about green tea. But I don't really have any words yet. I want to change up these words here. I don't have any. And you know what? There's another tool that's perfect for that. It's called ChatGPT. So I went there and I wrote in, I'm a designer working on a marketing campaign for an enhanced green tea. I need some snappy copy for Instagram. No more than 30 words. This is what I got, even with like hashtags and things like that, emojis, everything. Right, so I have so much I can work with here. I just got to pick one of them. And right now I'm thinking this one right here looks good. Unleash your inner zen with our enhanced green tea. Find balance and harmony in every sip. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back over here to my Adobe Express. And I want to just put those words right in that box. And there we go. They're a bit smaller than the other, or they take up less room than the words that were there before. So let's just make that a little bigger. Right, you can drag it out like that. Or you can make it narrower and then bigger. And let's see, I kind of like this, but now it's too big. So we're going to shrink it back a little bit to there. And then I'm going to write the name, which I'm going to call it Zen Tea, up there. And so now I've started on my own version of this template. Teacup looks good, and I kind of like the things in the background, but not the colors. I want more of a tea vibe. So let's try changing up the colors. I'm going to pick this shape here. It tells me it's currently yellow, which I know, so if I just tap on the fill over there, I can pick from colors here. I can open up more colors down there, and actually I'm going to do that. This time I'm going to pick this green tea kind of color here. Okay, I want to make these lines that are around the other shapes the same color. So right now they're black, and I'm actually going to use the eyedropper to do this by just tapping on the big green blob to get those. And same thing down here. No, that's the yellow one, so pick the black one. And we're going to get the eyedropper, and I'm going to make that one green too. Great. And now I want to change the yellow things. So if I'm having a hard time picking them, I can always go over here and open up my layers, and you can see right now the layer that's highlighted is this yellow blob. And this time I don't want them to be the same green color. I want it to be maybe lighter or darker. I'm not sure. So actually, first thing I'm going to do is change the background. So I'm going to tap on the background at the top, and I'm going to use the eyedropper. I'm going to pick the same color. Now everything runs together, which I don't want. So I'm going to go to custom, and the color that's highlighted is the color that's currently there. So as I move my selection tool, I see I get different colors. So I'm going to make the background really light, kind of a light green tea color like that. Okay, now I decided the yellow blobs, they should be darker. So we're going to pick the eyedropper. I'm going to use the same trick where I pick the green color and I go to the color palette, and I'm just going to drag this little dot until I get a darker green. Okay, and if I want the other one to be exactly the same, no problem. I go over there, and actually that's picking the line thing, so I want to pick the yellow blob, so I'll go to the layers and get it that way. Tap on the fill, the eyedropper, and the other green blob. Great. Let's see, one more thing, or a couple more things. Let's make the teacup a little bigger and make it a green tea color as well, since black doesn't really relate to this very much for me. I'm going to pick the black color, and I'm going to grab my eyedropper, and I'll try the darker color. And it's not really dark enough for me, so no problem. Pop open custom, and just drag this down and over until you get something that looks good, like that. Yep. And I want to do the same thing with this line that's next to it. So we're going to tap on that eyedropper up there and pick the teacup. Right. Okay, so a few little adjustments. Going to move my words up, and I can do that from the keypad just by using the arrows, like that. Looks good. All right. I'm happy I can be, done, but I think the title needs to be bigger. So let's just drag that up and move it down a little bit. Good. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Let's try another one. Okay, so for the next one, I'm going to start with exactly this. Actually, first thing I should do is let's save this guy. We're going to go to download, save it. PNG works fine for this. Your other option is JPG. Either one is great for what we're doing. Doesn't really matter. And then just tap download, and it will take care of it for you. Okay, so now that's saved on my laptop. I can move forward and not worry about losing it. So the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these shapes by tapping and deleting them, and I'm going to get rid of the teacup, and I'm going to get rid of the line. Okay, so now I have a very minimal thing going on here. We're going to take all of this and move it up and over. Actually, before I move that, I want to flip it around so it's that kind of shape. And then we're going to make it bigger, and we're going to move it up into the corner there, like that. I'm going to take the words, move them up there too, and they get to be bigger in this space. Maybe like that. Okay. And now I'm going to go look for a photo. So I'm going to tap on media, and we're going to pick photos. So in this search box, I'm going to type green tea. And I get lots and lots of pictures of green tea. So just like there were lots of templates, be scrolling until you find something, or until I find something I like this. All right, pick this one up. And when it has that little cloud thing there, that means it's still downloading. But once that's gone, you're good. And I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to move it down, but there's this white box covering everything, but no problem. We're going to tap on remove background, and the box is gone. Great. I actually want to rotate this a little bit, a nicer angle, make it slightly bigger. And now I feel like the colors I use in the other one, they don't really work so well now. So I want to change the color. So start with the background. I'm going to get the eyedropper, and this time I'm going to pick the color out of the picture. So I'm just going to spin around here, a nice light color. Oop, that's too dark. Let's try that again and get in this nice light area here. Okay, maybe even lighter. Now I could go back and use the color panel to adjust the light, or I could just keep trying using the eyedropper. There, I like that one. Okay, and now I want to change the other shape so the color is more harmonious. And for this one, I could use the eyedropper again, or on the picture, or I can use the eyedropper on the background color, and then switch to custom, and then move around in that area. Okay, so I can find something that I feel like looks good. Okay. And this time I'm actually going to play with the words a bit more. I want to try a new font. Okay, I get if I tap on the text box, I get recommended fonts here, and just scroll through those, or you could tap view all and see even more. So many fonts, it's amazing. Let's see how this looks. Okay, a little more like handwriting look here. It's getting a little bigger, so let's pull that up so it fits better. And maybe move it over. And then this one, we're going to do something completely different so that the two fonts have a lot of contrast with each other. And let's pick something nice and bold, big, like that. And I'm actually going to make it even bigger. And then I want to kind of slide it down there, but now I can't see both things, but no worries. We're going to change the colors to take care of that. So the font color is right down here. And let's see, we'll use, I love the eyedropper. I always love the eyedropper. So I'll take maybe that color. That's almost like the background color. So that might be okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's pick the other text box, and we're going to this time pick the background color with the eyedropper, and then go into custom and make it darker. And maybe I want to make it a little greener too, so I'm going to slide this color slider over about there. But again, the title is like right smack on top of the words, so no problem. All we got to do is open up our layers and grab the one that's selected, which is the words, and slide it up on top of the other one. Okay. And we're going to move both of these up there so there's a little more space. All right, great. I've now got 2 Instagram posts for my Zen tea. I'm going to download this one as well. And while I was like looking through stuff in my images and my photos, I saw this really cool thing here, which I think would make a great background. So even though it's in photos, I'm going to use it for background. And it looks like somebody just dumped the tea on the table and kind of scraped away a clean area. So let's make that nice and big there. And then I don't need the rest of this. We're going to get rid of that picture. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger so it goes off the sides. Like that. Okay, and I want to move it down, so we're going to open up the layers, and I'm going to slide it to the bottom for now. And you can see I've got all these things on top, so I need to clear them out. So let's pick that shape and get rid of it. Take the words. If you want to pick more than one thing, hold the shift key. Pick 2 things at once or more, slide them into this space here. Again, I don't really think this font is so great anymore. So let's pick a new font. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's try that. And let's look at what's over here for this one. Let's see if that's a good combination or not. They're both kind of light. Let's try something else. I think this is where we were before. And some fonts only have capital letters, but most fonts have both. I don't think I like capital letters right now. I want both. Okay, this might be a nice combination. And we're going to shrink that down, stretch it out, and move it. And then we'll do, oh, I know what I want to do, because this looks like it's a very centered background. Let's change the alignment to centered. And then we can just move this guy over. This one over, move the title over into the center as well. All right, nice. Okay, but I've got this weird space at the bottom. It's a different color and it's empty. So I'm gonna go back to the background color and reset to white so we don't see the space, but we still have emptiness down there. And you know what? Let's go back to our photos and see what we can find. Let's see. This one. Okay, so I got these lovely little teacups and teapot here. Again, I'm going to wait for it to download. There it goes. And we're going to make that nice and big. Move it down. But, you know, again, it's not quite working, right? So, I mean, I could do this, but now I cut off the top teapot. So actually what I want to do is, let's move it back up so we can see all of it. Make it a little bit bigger. Actually, make it a lot bigger, like that. And I want to get rid of the background. So let's tap remove background. And now I have my teacups and teapot on a white one with no background, so the white background shows through. There's this kind of strange edge on the powdered tea in the background there where the photo ends, so I can, you know, sort of distract from that by moving the picture of the tea cups and teapot up. Fix that up a little bit. All right, looking good. All right, so I'm gonna say this one's great and hit download, save it to my laptop, and I'm there. So, you know, in no time at all, I've got 3 really unique, well-designed Instagram posts for the same product. It's that easy.